TK! Welcome back to another fine motor video lesson. Last week we practiced working with our chenille sticks, right? And we twisted them around each other to make a beautiful AB pattern, and then we put the AB pattern ones together and we made an ABC pattern with 4 different colors. And that was so pretty. So today we are going to continue working with our chenille sticks. So that's all you need for this lesson. Okay, go ahead and get your sticks and then come back. All right. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna play with our fingers this time, okay? So I want you to hold your chenille stick with the hand that holds the paper when you're cutting, not your scissor hands, okay? So this is the hand that helps me hold my paper when I'm cutting, okay? So I'm going to use my thumb, say it, your thumb, and this is your index finger or your pointer finger, okay? So I'm going to pinch it right there. There you go, okay? Now, with this other hand, I'm going to hold the rest of the chenille stick and I'm going to wound the stick around my index finger, okay? But what we have to do is we have to take this thumb right here and we have to hold it closer to the base of your finger. Not up here at the tip, but down here. So it might be a little bit difficult, okay? So go ahead and hold it. See that? See how it's really close to the bottom, not the top? Yeah, okay. And your thumb has to work. It has to hold on tight. Don't let it go, okay? And your other fingers, go ahead and hold it down so that there's only one finger sticking out. Okay, so now you take your other hand and go ahead and just wound it or go in a circle around and around and around. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until you've run out of chenille sticks. Hey, my finger's pretty. How's yours? Yeah? Okay, so now I want you to release your thumb, okay? And I want you to wiggle, 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 wiggle and take it off. Look what you've created. It's a spiral. And if I pull this up a little, it can almost look like a Christmas tree, huh? A blue Christmas tree, but it's kind of like a spiral. Isn't that pretty? Look at it. We just made a pretty little Christmas tree spiral thing. Was that easy to do? Yeah? Okay. Is it standing? There you go. Okay. Are you ready to do another fun little twirl? This time we're going to use 2 fingers, okay? So I'm going to use a different color. How about red? Okay? So now, same thing. I'm going to take my chenille stick, I'm going to take my finger, and I'm going to hold it down. And this time you don't need to hold it so close to the base. Maybe right where your knuckles are, you see? Those are your knuckles. So go ahead and hold it right there. Now this time, you're not gonna wound around your index finger. You're gonna have 2 fingers, okay? So you're gonna go over the index finger and then under the other finger. This is your tall man or your middle finger. So over your index finger, under your middle finger, and then loop it back. Now it's going over the middle man and make it go under the index finger, okay? Now, do you see the pattern? Over, under, over, under, over, under. Keep going, over, under, until you run out of chenille sticks. Now, what do you think it'll look like when we take it off our fingers? What do you think? Handcuffs? Well, they're kind of like finger cuffs right now, aren't they? Okay, are you ready? So let go of your thumb, okay? And wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, how pretty. Mine looks like the number 8. Like a lot of number 8s together, right? Do you see it? Do you see that? If I held it right in the middle right here, it looks like a lot of number 8s, but now I can move it. Ooh, look at that. That's like a lot of number 8s too. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. That reminds me like of a serpent, a snake. Wow, just slithering in the sand. Ooh, the shadow's pretty cool too. All right, isn't that pretty? Yeah? Okay, so go ahead and put that down. Which one do you like more? Do you like the spiral one? Or do you like this kind of like serpenty 8 one? I don't know, I like both of them. It's hard to tell. They're both kind of unique and different, huh? But did you know that you can make such cool shapes with your chenille sticks and your fingers? Yeah. Okay, so do you know what we're gonna do next? We did 1 finger. Now, and then we did 2 fingers. What's next? 3 fingers. Okay, so I am going to use this chenille stick, okay? Different color. And now same thing, but we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 fingers, all right? So pinky, go to sleep, pinky. There you go. This is called your thumb. Say your thumb. This is your index finger or your pointy or pointer finger. This is your tall man or your middle finger. And this is your ring finger, right? That's your ring finger. Okay, so now we're going to handcuff all 3 fingers. Let's see what that turns out to be. Okay, once again, go ahead and pinch it right where the knuckle is, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing. Over, under, over, under, over, under. Just keeping an A-B pattern, okay? So here I go. Over my index finger, okay? Under, look at, under my middle finger. Over my ring finger. And then I have to curve around. Curve around. Sorry, pinky. No time for you right now. Next time you get to play, okay? Now, go under the ring finger, over the middle finger, under the pointing finger. Okay, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Keep going. Keep going. Over, under, until you have no more chenille sticks. Now, what do you think this is going to look like when we take it off? Yeah? Beautiful rings. Oh, do you love my knuckle rings? All right, here we go. Ready? Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle it until you can take them off. Ooh. Oh, that looks kind of like a fancy A. Look at that. Like a mask even. Look at, like for a little tiny face. See, eyes and a nose. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Okay, so let's take it apart and let's see what we have. Ooh. That looks like, that reminds me of waves in the ocean. Yeah. Some's cresting and some's falling, and that's just, that's beautiful. Yeah, there we go. You know what else it reminds me of? It reminds me of Santa's sleigh. Yeah. Go, Rudolph. Woo, woo. Because it's silver too. Beautiful. I really like that one. Wasn't expecting it to look like that, huh? All right. Well, now we have done 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers. Now it's 4 finger time, right? So this time, because it's 4 fingers, guess what we're gonna have to do? we're gonna have to make our chenille sticks longer, okay? So go ahead and take 2 of them, okay, any 2. I think I'm gonna take my black ones right here, okay? And we have to connect the ends. Do you remember how you did it last time? Yeah, well, I'm gonna show you a different way to connect ends. So you can crisscross them like this, make an X, right? And then take one hand and hold the X together just pinch it together using your thumb and your index finger. And now with the other hand, take the one that's on the bottom, you see that? The one that's on the bottom, and twist it over to top. Oh, there you go. Top, bottom, and now it's stuck. Now, and you see this one, it's still sticking out, so I want you to do the same thing, okay? So push it down, around, and back up to the top, down, around, back up to the top. It's like we were twisting. So this time, instead of twisting them together like this, we made them into a really long chenille stick. Now we have one really long one, okay? And we have how many fingers to play with? We're gonna be playing with all 5 because the thumb is holding. So what is this called? Your thumb. This is your pointer finger or index finger. This is the middle finger or the tall man. This is your ring finger, and this is your baby pinky, right? This is the pinky finger, right? Okay, so here we go. I think it's gonna look awesome when it comes, when we take it off our fingers. I'm not quite sure what it'll look like, but I know it's gonna look pretty cool. Okay, so go ahead and pinch it right there at the knuckles and go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Remember, don't do it too tightly, because if you do it too tightly, you'll have a hard time wiggling your fingers out of them, okay? Out of these finger traps that we've been making. Here we go. So once again, over index, under middle, over ring, under pinky, under ring, over middle, under index. I still have more, so I'm gonna keep going. That means you probably have more too. Okay, over, under, keep going, over, under, right? It's a nice ABAB pattern, huh? Okay, keep going until you're done. There we go. All right, so now, what is this going to look like? Sort of looks like a fence to me. Does that look like a fence to you? Yeah, I wonder if when we take it off, if it's still going to look like a fence. I don't think it will, but I'm not quite sure what it'll look like. So, did you use up all your chenille sticks? Good, okay, because here we go. Wiggle, 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 wiggle it and pull, wiggle and pull. Okay, wiggle and pull, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, I'm gonna keep it together at first. There we go. Did you get an up, down like this? Looks like a little roller coaster to me. Yeah, it looks like a roller coaster. Okay, are you ready to let it go? What do you think yours look like? Ready? Let it go. Open it up. Cool. It looks like an old furnace. What do you think it looks like? An accordion? Oh, chairs. They kind of look like chairs. You see how like some of the chairs are connected to each other at when you go to things like the airport, right? You have like chairs that are connected to each other. Look at, there you go. I've got 2 complete chairs and one more that's just started, just the backing of the chair. or if you're like on an airplane and you're looking at it from the side, right? You're looking at different rows of seats. Hey, that's pretty interesting, huh? All right, so which one did you like the most so far? I don't know, they're all really cool. I still like the Christmas tree. I do like the Santa sleigh, but this one was, I had to use my imagination the most. But once I did, then it really looked like it. All right, well, you probably have a couple more chenille sticks or more. Go ahead and play with them. See what you can make. Maybe you can wound it around your thumb and maybe around your middle finger and maybe go to your pinky. I don't know. Do whatever you want and see what comes out, okay? And when you're done with that, we have to straighten them up again because we will probably have to use our chenille sticks for other things as we continue. All right, so here I go. I'm gonna take my first one and I'm gonna slowly bounce it, 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 bounce it back until it's a straight stick, and you can just go from the bottom and pinch it up. And don't worry if it doesn't become super straight. It wouldn't, okay? It doesn't matter because we'll be bending it again. Okay, so let's take our number 2. Pinch each end and slowly bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it. Okay, there you go. Oh, bye-bye, sleigh. Okay, pinch one end and pinch the other. Slowly bounce it out. Bounce it out. There. In. There you go. And goodbye, airplane seats. Ooh, that looks like mountains now. Mountains and valleys. Okay, you know what? Go ahead and leave it long like this, okay? But go ahead and push it back up together, okay? So it doesn't take so much room in your materials bag. So I hope you had fun playing with your chenille sticks. I had fun. Bye, TK.